Welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends. Today, well, we have, finally, a full party, which is pretty sweet. We have a full party we consider to be, like, the main brunt of the game. Like, we got through Vala, we rescued our friends, we got our ship, we got Fina to join us. You know, all of that I would consider to be kind of like just the prologue. And now, I would say that we are really in the actual game portion of this. Especially since with Fina joining us, we now have access to the second kind of collectible that we can get in the game. So we already have the moonfish, but Cupel is a hungry little creature. And Cupel eats very specific food. And I want to see... I don't remember if there was any of these things up on top here. How you doing, little pal? Been good boy? Yay, been good boy. Told you I'd come back. Yes, I've already talked to you, Lindsay. I'm glad to see that I'm okay. Also, apparently, Aika's house is perfectly fine. They even patched up the hole in the wall here so that people can no longer spy on her. This ragged old doll that she used to carry around when she was a kid. Guess she still has it. Wait a second, I may be an air pirate, but I'm a gentleman. I'm not gonna look through a lady's dresser without permission. Yeah, you can't go raiding her stuff. Even though she's currently with you in your party, you'd think she would have something to say about that rather than Vice, but whatever. So, I don't think there was anything up above, but I guess I'll have to double check that. I think what I need to find is down below here. Yeah, I think both of the things that I am missing on Pirate Isle, which are the only things left on Pirate Isle, are down below and here. Yeah, you can kind of hear him squeaking there. And if you've got Rumble enacted on your controller will also be rumbling. What's wrong, Cupel? Really? Here? Cupel tells me that there is a cham somewhere around here. What's a cham? They're tiny moonstone shards. Cupel eats them. Where can I find them? You can find them all over the place, but they're very small, so they're hard to see. And I'm sure Cupel will let you know whenever you get close to a cham. You can't sit still or be quiet whenever there's food nearby. So we gotta search the ground whenever Cupel starts acting crazy. Yep. The more you feed him, the stronger he'll become. And yeah, so Cupel is a weapon that grows, and he grows by eating chams. And you kind of use... Ah, there he is. So... Don't look at the cranes, Vice, look at your feet. There we go. Got the first jam. So you can use the rumble, which can kind of lie to you sometimes, because a lot of things in the game make it rumble. And more importantly, you can use Cupel freaking out to determine if there are chams nearby. Usually there's like 2 chams in an area. I think there might only be 1 on Pirate Isle, but I'll have to confirm that. I'm fairly certain there wasn't 1 up above, simply because I distinctly remember that tutorial always happens at that spot, which tells me that you're not going to find 1 up above, because you could very easily find 1 up above before you come down here. But maybe I am mistaken in my thought process there. But, since we can kind of explore down here, we also haven't been able to explore down here since we got the scope. I also don't remember if we ever climbed back up to the top to catch the moonfish that was up top. I'll have to double check that. But, I do know that if we go over to this corner... Come here. Very very finicky moonfish. There. Nope. There we go. You have to be very specific for this one. You can catch moonfish down there. So there we go. Cool. If I can get my camera to turn around, thank you. Alright. Hi, Mom. Here you've decided to leave. Your father's told me about it already. It's okay. Everyone ultimately has to fly away. I knew it was just a matter of when. It just happened a lot sooner than I expected. Well, take care of yourself and take care of Aika too. Got it, Mom. You're looking uncharacteristically grim. Oh, don't worry. I already have a feeling I know what you're gonna say. I remember when I was your age, I had to go sail and see the world. He doesn't ask for his parents' permission to step out on his own path. From now on, you're my equal. You're late in almost every other occasion, but you sure ain't wasting any time to get out of here. Go on, get out, make your mark in the world. You got it, Dad. Alright. So, I am just gonna go ahead and board the ship, because we can very easily just drop back into Pirate Isle to check out stuff up above. So, hope I'll be able to repay you all someday. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Just worrying about keeping those moon crystals out of the hands of the Villains, and Vice, we're all counting on you too. Yeah. Be back soon. Sooner than you might think. You know, you keep asking Vice and Aika about how they feel about this. Does anyone ask Drachma how they feel about this? It's his ship that we're using. Ah, well. And yeah, Vice just has wanderlust. He just wants to go everywhere that he can. He just wants an adventure. So this is a perfect excuse. According to ancient legends, there should be a moon crystal in the lands under every moon. So the closest one here are the yellow moon of Vala, or Valua, and the red moon of Nazir. Well, we're not going back to the Empire, so probably should go to Nazir. Now that we have the harpoon cannon, we can break through stone reefs, which is pretty sweet. And because we can now break through stone reefs, we can go find a lot of discoveries that we couldn't find before. So that's probably what we're going to mostly be doing in this episode, is going back through some of the places that we've been before to grab, well, chams, and here I think we still have another moonfish to grab as well. And also getting a few new discoveries in the new areas we're going to. So, real quick, I'm going to pause here just to make sure that I get a proper count of things. Okay, so I am very glad that I looked up some info here, because I did learn that there was a jam that I most definitely would have missed, because I did not remember it being there. Also, I guess they do spawn me back over here. Well, what I really want to do is get back up top, because I don't remember if I grabbed the moonfish from up there or not. I think I might have in a previous episode, but I don't record these all back to back, and sometimes it's been a week and I just can't remember. So I'm going to meet you back at the very tippity top of this island and see if we still have a moonfish up there. Okay, so I'm climbing up here, and I think we did already get it, because I'm pretty sure you could kind of see it out here earlier. Yeah, I think we did get it. Alright, cool. In that case, we are done with Pirate Island. However, I was slightly mistaken. Many episodes ago, I said that we were done with Shrine Island, and that there weren't any moonfish or anything there. I was correct in that there are no moonfish in Shrine Island. However, there is a cham there, which is probably one of the chams that I almost always miss when I play through this game. So I'm very glad I looked that up real quick, because I'm gonna want that. I'm going to try and get every moonfish and every cham, as well as every discovery in this game. So we're gonna do everything. I'm also going to get every treasure, although they don't actually have a statistic for that, so probably going to get every treasure, but there might be one or two that somehow slip through my grasp. I can't guarantee that one. I'm very, very familiar with this game, but I am in no way like a speedrunner on it or anything. I don't know it completely inside out and backwards. I know it very well, but, you know, and I've definitely 100%ed it, or, well, I've gotten every discovery and all the stuff several times. I don't actually know if I've gotten all the treasures, though, because it doesn't really keep track of that, I don't think. There's one place where it kind of keeps tracks of your, like, the stuff you've done in the game, and it might keep track of it there, but I'm not actually certain. Regardless, we need to head over to Shrine Island. There it is. And then from Shrine Island, we will head back to Sailor Island, and finally from there, we can go start hunting down some discoveries. Also, this will give us a good opportunity to get Fina a few levels, because she's gonna need them. So let's just take you guys out. I can Lambda Storm probably these three. Fina, just go ahead and defend, girl. And you can attack that one. There we go. Yeah, Fina is predominantly your mage. Like, if we're gonna put these in Final Fantasy terms, Drachma would be your warrior. High attack, high defense, low pretty much everything else. Aika would be kind of more like your red mage. She's got pretty good magic. She's pretty fast. She's got okay attack. She's got really good hit, strangely enough, for someone who's using throwing weapons. She's just kind of an all-arounder. Vice is kind of an all-arounder, but he's a bit more focused on attack. Attack, defense, that sort of stuff. His magic isn't superb, but it's also not terrible. Fina is definitely your mage. Her attack is not great. Her magic skills go up immensely and very quickly. Her will is very, very strong. She actually also gets some really, really good special moves as the game goes on, including a lot of your like more healing-oriented special moves, which she's the only one that really gets those. So, yeah, she's a very interesting character, but she takes a little while to build up. Until you can actually get some good magic behind her, she's gonna take a bit of a backseat. But I suppose I can show off Cupel's attack here, if she gets a turn, which she probably won't, because she's very low level. Yep, okay, well, that's fine. Also, I do like that Cupel, just like everyone's weapons, does change color. I suppose he is an artificial life form made from, I'm assuming, moon crystals, or like moon energy, which is pretty much the same way all of our weapons are made. So I suppose it makes sense. But regardless, Vice just went up a level there. I don't know if anyone is currently... Oh, he is on purple. Okay. So Aika is still on silver. Fina is still on green, which is... Well, actually, I will switch her over to red, I think. And then switch Drachma over to green. Since that's really the only thing that's worthwhile for him to be using. He doesn't have any levels up in yellow yet, which he probably should, but at the same time, it's not a bad idea to just have someone always in green. We can hear Cupel start to rummage about a bit. Unfortunately, we are not quite able to get to him from here. We do actually have to go outside, because he is on the Cham we're looking for is on the 3rd level down. So we do, unfortunately, have to go through here. Now, I think there might be a point much later in the game where you kind of revisit Shrine Island for a little bit. That might be a better point to come and get this Cham. But I'm not 100% on that, and frankly, I'd rather just get it now. It's a good chance to get Fina some XP anyway. Might as well just do it now. Alright, what do we got? Not that I'm really terribly concerned about any of the enemies here. Yeah, they're still all just facing away from me. Alright, well... I'm tempted to... Yeah, I'll have you Alpha Storm. You, I actually want to just go ahead and have you focus. And Drachma... attack the Grouter. Alright. Almost... Actually, she can take out the Loopers with Alpha Storm now. Good to know. Unfortunately, Loopers don't really mean much of anything to me anymore. None of these guys really do. They do to Fina. Fina can definitely use it. But yeah, like 10 XP. Woo. There we go, there's Vice's purple. Alright. And we can switch Vice over to something else now. What does he still need? Blue! Blue it is. Alright. Yeah, one thing you can also do is just immediately switch Vice to Silver and never take him off of it, because I'm pretty sure to get his last level in Silver requires 999 XP in it. Which, yeah, you may or may not get that by the end of the game, because you still have to get all the other levels in it first. Let's see. Is it over on this side? No, it's near the break in the wall. I remember that. But I think I might have to go down and over. Yeah, unfortunately this one is also just a little tricky to get to. You can just attack, you can Alpha, and you can all just attack. It doesn't really matter. Oh, cool. She'll just take them both out anyway. I'm fine with that.
That was easy.
There we go. Get you another level. Yeah, and her MP, as we've noticed here, is been going up pretty much every level. Her MP has gone up a little, which really can't argue against that. Let's see. That's where we came in. I find it if I go over here. Yep, here we go. It is somewhere over here. There we go. Alright, well now I need to get out of here and head back to Pirate Isle. And we've kind of already seen this place plenty, so I'll just meet you guys back at the ship. Alright, so now we just need to head back to... Well, first to the Little Jack, and then from there, we can head back to Sailor's Island. Which is kind of interesting, because we never actually showed how you get from Shrine Island to Sailor Island. I'm also sailing south, which is the opposite direction I want to be going. We will be going over here a little bit later. Actually, since we need to go back to Sailor Island anyway, let's go through here first, because there are a number of discoveries that we want to get in this little area. 2 specifically, I believe. There are also some new enemies here, I think. Or not. Okay, just rehashing of old enemies. Got it. Well, Aika, continue to Alpha Storm the Looper. You will attack the Maraca, and you two will attack the Grouter, and that should probably be fine. Yep, there we go. Alright. little bit better XP. Get you some more levels. Max Spirit went up. Always good. You know, full Spirit would be even better, but okay. You know what? If they're going to throw a Moonberry at me, I'm just going to shut my damn mouth. Alright. I'm not going to argue against that. So, let's see what super moves we have now. I still can't get the second move for, or the third move for Vice. To get her fourth move, I believe will also take 2, and final moves I believe will take 4. I can get hers, which is not a bad one to get, because it just puts regeneration on the whole party. The only way to get rid of regeneration from someone, if they have it, unless it's a temporary buff, which I don't remember if there's a regeneration that gives you only temporary, is to poison them or remove all buffs. That's the only way to get rid of it. Now, I don't think you can put regeneration on someone who is poisoned. I don't think regeneration will cancel poison, but poison will cancel regeneration. And then for Drachma, I will need 2 to get his second move, and then I believe it's 4 to get his final move. I don't know if I've ever actually gotten his final move in the game, because it's not usually super useful or needed, and I usually have better priorities for my Moonberries. I think I am going to go ahead and get this for her. Lunar Blessing. It costs a lot to use, but in a lengthy fight, you're going to want it. You are going to want that very much. Now let's see. These first couple... Let's see, I think it's down under here. So there are 2 discoveries that we want to make in this little section of the mid-ocean area. And then from here, we will want to head to the main... Oh, I didn't even see the looper back there. Whoops. Okay. Otherwise I would have just... I legitimately thought it was just the one guy, otherwise I would have Alpha Stormed. I guess I'll Lambda Burst instead.
Over there.
Well, we finally got to see Cupil's attack. He just kind of flies at people. Well, they're both just going to try and run, so not a big deal. Alright, well, let's attack. I would say I could show off Fina's move, but frankly, we'll have plenty of opportunities to be using that move. I'm going to be using that move in pretty much every boss fight for the rest of the game. It's a very, very good move. It's costly, but at this point, it means taking 2 turns of not using my SP, or using my SP and then charging with a different character in order to do it, and I feel like that is incredibly worth it. Where is this thing? Actually, I think it might be along here. Yep, there we go. So there's one. Silver Moon. The Silver Moon Pit. Only small islands such as Pirate Isle and Shrine Isle lie in the area where the silver moonstones fall, so deposits this large are very hard to come by. Legends hold that silver moonstones hold the power of life, but the truth remains unknown. Alright, so there is the first one. It's kind of in this little section here. The second one is quite a bit further south from here. So we will just head down over, and I believe it's just right on top of this island over here. Yep, there we go. The Sky Coral. Microorganisms called Sky Coral attach themselves to moonstone boulders and grew to form these reefs. They flourish only in very specific conditions and can take over 200 years to grow. Their various colors and shapes have long been valued for their beauty. Cool. And as we can see over there, there's a bunch of tornadoes just to the east of us. That's gonna be fun to deal with. But that's pretty much it in this little section. We do have a bunch of other discoveries that we're gonna want to find today. But that's it for now. And we'll go ahead and Lambda Burst, or Alpha Storm you. Actually, I think what I might do is head back to Sailor Island, see the things that have changed there, because the rest of the discoveries we want to find are actually going to be in Nizar as we head over there. So I think I might just save that for tomorrow's episode instead, getting those discoveries, since we're going to have to go to that area anyway. Also, did I ever change Fina's weapon back? I don't know if I did or not. This really looks like a place where there should be a discovery, but there's nothing there. And it always throws me for a loop every time, because it really feels like there should be. Anyway, to get to Shrine Island, to get to Sailor Island, we just head through this little hole in this giant rock here. First we take out all of these maracas and loopers. They are really liking to throw loopers at me right now. But I guess that's fine. I mean, experience is experience. And, you know, weak enemies to help get Fina some levels are not necessarily a bad thing, so I guess I'll take it. Yeah, he just kind of flies at things. It's about as effective as you might think. Yep, I kind of figured she would just hit him anyway. She has a very accurate boomerang for some reason. I guess it makes more sense than like using a bow, because then you have to figure out where the arrows are coming from. Unless you're just like making them out of moonstone magic or something. I don't know. Got a maraca shell. Cool. Alright. Yeah, we just head through this little chasm down here. Then this will lead us back to Shrine Island. Or Sailor Island. I don't know why I keep calling it Shrine Island. And there's a couple of things to do here now that we have a proper ship. Oh, and there's Domingo. You that guy everyone talking about, Vice? Heard you broke out of Grand Fortress. Good job. I'm sure you've heard of me during your travels. I'm Domingo, treasure hunter extraordinaire. Huh? You've never heard of me, you say? Oh, you don't need to be so bashful. I know you're truly excited to meet the real me. Nevertheless, I have given up in searching for lost treasures and have taken a new quest. I now search the world for discoveries. In fact, I'm in the midst of my search for the fabled Topple Rock. Alright. Who was that? I don't know, but it looks like he's searching for discoveries too. Well, we better find him before he does. Yeah, so now Domingo will also be trying to find discoveries. He is the only other person that can find discoveries. But that does give you a little bit more of a time limit, in that he will find discoveries as the game goes on if you haven't found them first. Luckily, he will not find these ones, so don't have to worry about that. He has a very specific selection of discoveries that he will find. This one's near Maramba in the desert, should be pretty easy to find. If it's that easy to find, then why hasn't anyone found it yet? But whatever. I almost forgot. Here, this came addressed to you. And I have received the black spot. It's a message from the Angel of Death. Sounds like you're in trouble. Watch your back out there. Yep. So, now that I have the black spot, I can trigger an optional boss fight. And that optional boss fight is one that I will be triggering repeatedly throughout the game. I believe that there is a Cham to find here. However, I was about to say more importantly, but I don't think that's actually the case. You can also finally get some ship parts here. He now has secondary cannons, also known as sub-cannons. So, we can get the standard cannons, which are just slightly better than the main cannons. We can also get the 3-inch cannon. Now, this is very deceptive, because the 3-inch cannon looks like it is stronger than the standard cannon. That is not true. While it shows the same attack stats, the amount of damage they actually do is wildly different. So even though this says it has 30 more attack than the standard cannon, in reality it's going to do like at best, maybe half as much damage. The advantage to subcannons is that you can send them across multiple turns, which allows you to better focus your attack. So I am going to get a subcannon. I'm not going to want more than one or two, but I am going to get one here. I can also get the engine cover and the armored deck, and I will go ahead and get both of those, which are basically just equipment for my ship. Get some bombs and repair kits. Getting some extra repair kits is probably not a bad idea, so let's just buy like 10 of those. Bombs, I honestly don't really use that often, so I'm not that concerned. Alright, cool. Now, I think the only other thing to really find here is, I believe there is a jam in this city, but I can also check some of the other shops and just see what they've got, because I can go back in here. I can also check and see if that wandering merchant is still around. Or has come back around, I suppose I should say. Let's see, do you have anything new? Oh, and actually I just looked it up and there are actually no chams here. So, not gonna have to worry about that. But I did want to drop off my discoveries anyway. So I can get him this, or get Ica the Scout Wing, and I can also get the Beak Hand, which can confuse enemies, which is pretty cool. I can also get the Elastimore, which is resistant to yellow magic. Not particularly needed for where I'm going, thanks. Or the Raincoat, which is just high defense. And also get the Krillhound Claw, which increases hit. The Thief's Aura, which improves dodge percent and defense. That's actually not bad for Fina. And he still has his regular items that he previously had as well. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of those raincoats. Not 11, 2. And I will give 1 to Ica and 1 to Drachma. The Elastimore is not any better than what Fina already has. And I will go ahead and get the Beak Hand and Scout Wing. I did go ahead and switch Drachma over to green, because really he should probably just stay there. And Vice over to silver, because really he should probably just stay there. Cool. Alright. Well, I think we have pretty much assessed this area. There's not going to be a whole lot else to really find. Now, I guess there are 2 more things to do in this episode, really. We can see what happens when we feed Chams to Cupel, now that we've seen his attack. We can feed him 1, feed him 2, and he becomes the Cupel Blade. So if we go and switch over to Fina, we can take a look at Cupel Blade, which has, I believe, slightly higher hit and slightly higher attack. And Cupel has learned the ability to morph into a very sharp knife. Cool. Not that different, really, but still pretty neat. Alright, so do we have someone on blue? What are you on? Ica. You're on yellow, so I will switch you over to blue. There we go. Yeah, those are... Fina and Ica are the 2 ones that I'm really going to be switching back and forth quite a bit. But I believe we also have a couple of moonfish, so let's go talk to Doc real quick and feed the little birdie. And then we will head off to the next episode, where we will head off to Maramba. So where is Doc? There's Doc. Hey, Doc.
Hi.
Yep. Let's feed the bird a moonfish. I don't actually know how many moonfish I currently have on me. It might just be the 1. But still, this guy gives you good things, so it's never a bad plan to just feed a moonfish. whenever you're in the area. Alright, so what do we get this time? We get the Flame Mantle. Not bad. Okay, yeah, I do have a couple more. Cool. Let's see what else we got. So the Flame Mantle is a piece of armor that I believe Vice and Drachma can both equip. So I'll probably give it to Vice and switch the heavy armor that Vice is currently using over to Drachma. Gem of Fluidity. That is a very good item. The Gem of Fluidity prevents stone. I'm going to want those, because there is a boss much later in the game that tends to make everyone stone. And if your entire party becomes stone, then you die. Which, you don't want to die. So, yep, gonna give you the Flame Mantle. And we will switch over to Drachma. And heavy armor is slightly better than the raincoat. Just slightly. It's really a... Well, I suppose the raincoat is just the, like, more averaged... is the more balanced version of the heavy armor. I guess I'll keep the raincoat on him, actually. Now, I don't know... Yeah, everyone can equip the Gem of Fluidity. Increases your defense, magic defense, and protects against stone. Overall, really good. It would be quite a drop in her will if I gave her this, but it would also prevent stone, which isn't that big of a deal right now. Can become more of an issue a little bit later, though. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and give this to her now, because I think I do remember some of the enemies that we're going to be coming up against having the ability to use stone. But in the next episode, we're going to go fly through this reef and head over to Nazar. So I will see you guys then.